Hello and welcome back. It is a beautiful Thursday afternoon. We are almost done with school. It's almost summer, but first, starting before summer, is the NBA Finals. We got out of the Eastern Conference Finals, an underdog that no one expected, an underdog that beat the one-seed Cavaliers, an underdog that took on the three-seeded Knicks, and an underdog that beat Giannis and the Bucks head on. Um, Now, some people say that this team is not worthy of their spot because they won so many series to injuries. They beat the Cavs because a lot of star players missed time, you may say. But the Knicks are fully healthy. The Knicks didn't do nothing. They actually fired Tom Thibodeau um, after the game. Not directly after, but very soon after the game ended, a day or two, Tom Thibodeau was handed his letter that said, "You're gone, bud. Get out. New York ain't want you." So he's got to find. Well, maybe Brooklyn does, but he's gonna have to find a job. And we'll see how that goes. But obviously, that means the Pacers advance. Now, for the Thunder, it has been a weird run. They absolutely tore down the T-Wolves 5-game victory. They lost one game by 42 points in the middle of it, um, which is funny, but, in round one, they took on the Grizzlies, and they beat them by blowouts every single game, except the ones in Memphis were close, but they weren't close enough for the Grizzlies to even take one. They won that series of four, but then the Nuggets took them to literal 7 games. The Nuggets actually at one point led 2-1 on the series with the home game, but then we're down 3-2, tied up the series, but lost by 30-something points when it mattered the most. And then obviously the Thunder, we already said, it wasn't planned to get to this point. So we have a team who averages 120 points per game, which is fourth in the league, with the 6% shooting, the sixth 3-point shooting, first in free throws, 12th in assists, first in turnovers per game, versus a very defensive team who is um, sixth in blocks, ninth in steals, eighth in three-pointer percentage against teams. But they are 22nd, bottom of the barrel, and 28th in defensive rebounds per game and offensive field goal percentage. So not only do allow teams to make shots, when they don't make the shots, they allow them to get the rebound, which could be a problem with a 7-footer like Chet or a guy like Isaiah Hartenstein off the Thunder's team. Even J-Dub gets up there sometimes, and that could be a problem. But honestly, if I'm looking at the series, it's hard to be enthusiastic about this NBA Finals, right? Because and it's hard to, but it's also hard to not be enthusiastic because every year people are like, we want a small market team, we want a team who hasn't won these teams, we want a team who's going to enjoy this trophy, use it right. We don't want to see LeBron and Curry fight again, the Cavs Warriors. We don't want to see the Celtics and the Warriors. We don't want Celtics Lakers. Teams that already have a lot of rings, teams that are on every year around this time. But then you see a matchup and it's OKC Indiana. It's like, well, this isn't exactly what we wanted. Like OKC Knicks would have been a better series, obviously, because well, it's a closerly matched series. It's a closer match. I think the Knicks would have way better chance of winning. But anyways, let me give you my game-to-game prediction on this series. Game one, OKC tonight, 8:30 p.m., just a few hours out at the point. Um, and I think that this will be the biggest win in the series for the OKC Thunder. I think they go out there and they're going to make a statement tonight. That's if the Thunder win by north of 25 points. That means 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and so on. I think that this is absolutely dominating. Shea's going to have at least 35 points, 7 assists. Jalen Williams, 25 points, 10 rebounds. Hartenstein, 15 rebounds, 8 points. Stuff like that. Stuff where you're putting up good enough numbers where the other team just doesn't have a chance. Stuff where they're going to just get crushed because also, I think that this is too big a moment for the Pacers. I don't mean to insult them, but I think Shea can keep his own better than Tyrese Halliburton. I think the nerves are going to hit Halliburton, and he's going to start off slow, shoot slow, and that's going to lead to a dominating win in Game 1 in OKC. Series lead, 1 Thunder, 0 Pacers. Game 2 will be held this Sunday, once again in OKC, but we already knew that. Um, so, Let's see what I think is going to happen in this game. We got, Halliburton. I think he's going to be more settled in. I think Turner's going to be settled in. Siakam's going to be playing well this whole series. I don't see much let up there. And I think the Thunder are going to take their foot off the gas pedal in game two. I think Shea might slow down. I think we might see struggles from some people, but I still think they'll do enough to take a home game in the playoffs. So for this game, give me a final score. How much do I think the Thunder win by? Because I don't think it's 25 plus. We'll say 7 points. Let's say that the Pacers take an early lead in the first quarter. They're up 8 points, balling. Halftime comes around, the lead's cut to 4. Thunder are fighting back. The third quarter comes around, the Thunder get a 2-point lead, but then the Pacers lead the quarter up 5, right? And then it comes last quarter. Who's going to win? 10-0 run for the Thunder. They're up 5. The Pacers claw. They fight. They can't get back in it. Thunder win by 7. Thunder lead the series 2-0, and we're headed to Indiana for games 3 and 4. Obviously, games 3 and 4. I think this is where Indiana hits their groove. They're like, we kept it close in game 1. We kept it close. Well, misspoke. We kept it close in game 2. They did not keep it close in game 1, according to me. So we need to figure out a way to win a game, and I think that's exactly what they do. Coming home in Indiana, I think they're going to come home, hit the ground running. I think they're up early. I think yes, I think they're up early. I think they're up 9 points after Q1. It cuts to 6 after Q2. They're coming in at halftime. They're like, this is one of the first times we've had the opportunity to go out there and close out the game and stay in control. 24 minutes to play between us and a finals victory. And I think that they do just that. I think they expand their lead. I think they get motivated at the half. And I think the Pacers take game 3 by 14 points. So, that means that going into game 4, our series scores 2 to the Thunder, 1 to the Pacers. Here's where it gets interesting, though, because I think that's gonna make people aware of the Pacers. They're gonna be like, okay, maybe we shouldn't be dogging on this finals yet, but then the next game, hit them like a brick. They're gonna be too confident. They're gonna be cocky. They're gonna be like, oh, we're still down, but we're not gonna be for long. We're tying the series right now. They get hit like a brick by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder Bus, who are motivated on the other side to get the win that can secure this finals, that can put them up 3-1, which has only happened once, and that was with LeBron James. And we all know the Pacers don't have a LeBron, right, in his prime. So I think that the Thunder are going to take this game by 12 points. I don't need to give you a quarter by quarter because it's never going to be close. They're going to be up 20 points at one point. Pacers will fight back. Thunder by 12. We're up 3-1. And then Monday, they win the finals. Congratulations to the Thunder. This is going to be another boring game. This is going to be another 30-point win. The Thunder are a great team. I do think they get cocky. I do think they get nervous. They drop a game, but I just don't see them dropping much after that. And for that reason, Thunder in 5. Shai gets his first ring. Chet gets his first ring. Hartenstein gets his first ring. Basically, everyone on that team gets their first ring because they're all like 20. They all got drafted there. And the Thunder still have 1 million draft picks. So they'll be great for years to come. Win more championships, which is just great, Great. That's fun. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I'll see if I'm right. We'll talk about some of these games soon. Maybe even tomorrow. We'll see.